Hey everyone, today we're installing this tuned pipe right here from Redcat in my Rampage MT. This thing is absolutely huge. I wasn't expecting it to be this big, but I wanted to do a little install video and I want to do a comparison in power and of course sound. This is going to be a lot louder, but it's absolutely freaking huge. And it does include brackets, gasket, and new bolts, so it's kind of all inclusive. I think it was $60 or $80, one of the two. Either way, it's a lot cheaper than other tuned pipes out there, so we're going to give it a try. Alright, so first thing you're going to do, obviously, is get these two bolts right here out that hold this muffler and tailpipe in here. Now, of course, you're going to undo these clamps right here to get your tailpipe off. Mine, of course, fell off at some point in time, so it makes it a little bit easier. Now, these bolts are probably pretty loose already. Mine just keep backing out basically from all the vibration from the engine, so it shouldn't be too much of a struggle. But a ball end Allen on here definitely helps get in there at a slight angle. And mine is still smoking hot. I do not recommend this on a hot engine, warm engine. Now it's smoking. Get this big ugly thing off of here. Oh, yeah. That's one heck of a, wow. Let's get that one in there. Wow. That's one heck of a little muffler. It's got some good sound deadening material in there for sure because I can really feel the weight of it. Man, it takes a lot of room up. Look how much room is in here now. Alright, once it's off of here, you're going to want to clean this area with brake clean. Spray it on a rag first, and we can get in here and clean it off. There we go, so it looks something like that. And then we can start mounting this up on here. Alright, next thing we're going to do is get this bolt out of here. It holds the right-hand shock in place, and we're going to put this longer one right here that is supplied with it, so you can put the bracket on there and hold the pipe right over here. So this is an 8mm for the nut. Get that off of there. Next comes the washer. Get this baby off of here. The washer out of here. And then we can start unscrewing it. Get this old one out of here. Alright, got the old one out. Alright, now getting this in here is a little bit of a fight, but this is the best way I found to get it in here. Do something like this. Get it in there far enough. Okay? And then we're going to flip it over like that. And you can see we're lined up now. At this point, start getting your little bolts and your exhaust manifold gasket here. You hold it up like this. And now once you have this side in and it's through the gasket, it'll help us line it up. So you just take your finger on the bottom side here, get that gasket back up because it's fell down. I'll find it first. There we go. And we can start getting this other bolt through. You have both bolts through and you think you're through the gasket also, it's a good idea to leave it like this, a little bit loose, and do a visual check and make sure that you're actually in there. And then we can commence with snugging them up, and then we'll go back over here to the bracket and we'll install the bracket. Once that's on there and loose but aligned a little bit with the shock tower, then we can come over here and finish tightening. Alright, so like I said, we'll just snug them up. And it's always a good idea to do these, especially when you're first trying to find the hole and everything, is to do it by hand. You definitely can't cross thread that way, unless you're freaking He-Man or something. So let's get these snugged up. I know my hand's in the way. Alright, so that's snug. You can see it. It's moving just a little bit. We have our working room to line up the rest of the pipe on here. Alright, let's get this through here. Now what's easiest on here is to push down the shock, compress it a little bit so you're not fighting the screw going through the shock tower here, and then it's just going to bind and cause all kinds of problems. You should be able to pretty much put it through here by hand. So we get this in here and the shock all snugged up. All that. So that's tight. The shock is all mounted then. Alright. Got that all on there. And next we're going to start putting this bracket on here and get that lined up. I think right about there is good. Put our washer on. I think put a little 8mm nut on here. And it's no big thing. You just want this to be able to support the end of it here and hold it up without getting in the way of everything over here and an alignment onto the head itself. So it should be loose. You can see it's just supporting it, and this thing's able to move. Now you can come back over here, kind of make sure that's squared up on there, and we can start tightening these evenly on here. I got this one still loose. You just want to snug it up on here. You don't want to tighten it too much because you're going to split the gasket on there. It's not good. So let's do side to side. Snug it up. And then after we run this for a little bit, we'll come back and we'll check these bolts after the gasket has compressed on there from the heat cycles. And I'll do the same thing over here. I tell you, I'm very surprised how easy this engine is to work on. Compared to my other RCs. Alright, this one's a little bit harder to get to. So we'll put an extension in like this. And we'll keep tightening it. So we have access. And you'll feel it snug up on there. I'll do the same thing on this side. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so everything's clear on here. We're not touching anything all along the route here. We're supported back here. Nothing's tweaked. Everything's back together. Let's get out and try it.